Good evening. Welcome to my office.
Thanks.
Glad you're here today. Um, since this is the first meeting, I want to start off by talking to you about informed consent and confidentiality. So you are not here against your will. You can leave at any time. You can stop coming to see me at any time. I have no control over that. You are free to tell me whatever you want to tell me. I will not push anything on you. There are 3 times in which I will have to talk to somebody. If you are going to harm yourself or somebody else, I'll have to tell somebody. If you know of a child abuse or elder abuse, I'm going to have to tell somebody. And if I'm court mandated, I may have to speak. However, I will try again, my best not to say anything if possible.
So, what I say in here stays here?
Yes, what you say here stays here. I will not, unless I feel it is for your better of the health, to consult one of my coworkers. That is the only, in which case I will ask you first.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you tell me will be between you and I.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, let's start with what brought you here today?
Well, there's a lot happening in the spring semester of a college student's life, and I just find myself getting a little overwhelmed sometimes. Yeah.
Well, college is a very stressful time.
Yeah. Okay, well, sometimes I forget that college is for academics and education because I'm a very involved student. Right now we are working on the spring musical, which I'm a lead in, which is very exciting. I like acting stuff.
That's good.
But it's a lot of time and commitment, and sometimes then projects and essays go out the window and I just forget about them. It's not that I purposely don't do them, I just forget. And, we just finished all the choir and band things, and I was in all of those with our last concert, so at least that's done. And this weekend I was supposed to be able to write my essay that's due. I honestly don't know when it's due, but probably soon. And I just couldn't because I was in the campus band here, and we had 3 shows this weekend, which was crazy fun, but crazy. And then there's, the whole personal life deal on top of all of that. Not to mention that I have a campus job that requires a lot of my personal time. So I just run out of time, I guess.
Wow, you sound busy. I don't know how you do it.
I don't either. Magic.
So, what's going on because of overwhelmed and busy?
Well, I sometimes then just sort of close off. Instead of keeping my door open like I usually do, I kind of just close it so I can maybe think about getting work done. But because I'm involved in so much and going hard all the time, that I usually just fall asleep instead of doing my homework, and I've procrastinated it all to the last minute, so when I wake up at 2 a.m. I still have to finish it, and that still results in very little sleep.
Have you thought about going somewhere else to do your homework instead of your dorm room to kind of keep you, whether it's with somebody who will make sure you stay on task or somewhere where you can't sleep?
I hadn't really thought about doing it with another person that makes me work. That might be a good idea. But, yeah, I thought about going somewhere else. But that means I have to leave my dorm room, or leave my dorm. I mean, I don't keep things very neat, so I don't have desks that I can work on. I usually work on my bed, which is pretty dumb. I know it's dumb, but I do it anyway. So sometimes I go down to the lobby if I have to really focus on getting something done or go into the study room. I don't know. Sometimes. Yes.
Well, yeah, doing stuff on your bed can make you fall asleep pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that can lock done. But if you try to clean up and organize, that also might help because you won't be focusing on how messy your room is necessarily, and more on what you have to get done, which could also help along with sitting with a friend who will keep you awake and on task.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else going on?
Well, personal life is a little bit in shambles. Just a little bit.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, how bad is it?
I mean, I think I'd go with a safe 5, maybe a 4. I've hurt some people recently, and it hasn't been so great.
Is there a way to fix those relationships?
Probably. I'm not sure. This is my second year in college, and I came in my first year with a relationship with my girlfriend, which I guess I have to say ex-girlfriend now. That's weird. So that was a lot of me trying to figure out what was happening with being a girl and dating one, because not everybody likes that so much. And, you know, we were good friends, and so sometimes it was a little confusing as to whether or not we were really doing a relationship sort of deal, or if we were just platonic and trying to make it something more. I don't know. We've talked about that a little bit. And she goes to school 8 hours away from here, so it's a long distance. It was a long distance thing that was really difficult because we're just different communicators, so that was pretty difficult too. We had our ups and downs, but yeah, recently I had been really needing some friends, and I really became, I guess it wasn't that recently, it was more throughout this whole semester that I had just become better friends with, we'll call him Bill.
Okay.
I've become better friends with Bill, and you know, we were supposed to just be bros, you know. A lot of the times I'm just one of the dudes, which is a fun time. And so we became pretty close over all the things that we're involved in together. And when I started to realize that maybe this wasn't just platonic anymore, that I had to figure some stuff out. And I guess you could say that I made a choice between my ex-girlfriend and Bill. But I don't like to see it that way, because I know that I did not leave my girlfriend for another person, because that's really awful, and I wouldn't have done that. We had our own problems, and that's what that was about. So I guess I just broke off a 2-year relationship and am spiraling into this unknown world of straight relationships. And it's confusing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I feel about everything. And so I don't know how comfortable I am with other people in the school knowing about what's going on, because I know that it doesn't look good. I know that it doesn't sound good. And I know it's confusing to everyone else too, because, people don't get that just because you were in a relationship with a woman doesn't make you a lesbian. People get a little confused about that. But yeah, so it's me, when Bill and I hang out, it's kind of not secretive, but I mean, I don't want the whole world to know because it's none of their business.
Right.
And so I guess a few of my friends were asking if I was going to come hang out with them the other night, and I said that I was too tired, which wasn't a lie. I had slept about 2 hours, but then Bill came over and we hung out all night, and then they found out about it, and now they aren't talking to me. So I just, that was a long story, so sorry.
You're fine.
But,
so have you talked to Bill about this?
About my friends not talking to me? Or about any of this?
Any of it.
Yeah, actually, excuse my language, but when shit was first hitting the fan, he was the first person I talked to, because he was the first person that I wanted to talk to, and someone that I felt needed to know about what I was feeling, and that it wasn't purely platonic on my end, and if that made him uncomfortable, or if I needed to stop doing that, he was the one that needed to tell me that. But he didn't.
So does Bill have feelings for you as well?
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty safe to say that.
Okay. So when you say your friends stopped talking to you, all your friends, some of your friends?
Just some of them. They were supposed to be the two that I just became pretty good friends with this year, and so I thought that we had pretty much established if there's a problem with me, you come tell me about it, but I guess not, because I heard it from a third mutual friend between us, and so that made me pretty upset, because I thought they were the friends that would talk to me about it.
Right. I can see where you get that. So, you said that you had a girlfriend, 2 years, things were obviously serious, and after 2 years, and you had your ups and downs, but then you became friends with Bill, and Bill got close, you and Bill got close, and maybe it was because she was so far away, and you needed somebody, or?
I mean, that is definitely something I thought about, but I guess you can't really know. I don't know if that was the only reason why, or if I needed some sort of other reason to not be in that relationship anymore. I don't really know. So I don't really know how many people that I'm going to end up hurting in the end of all of this.
Well, do you have friends that support you? Do you still have?
I mean, I haven't really talked to too many people about this, because it's a long story, and I don't know how much everybody else needs to know, because on this small campus there's no secret keeping anyway, so I'm sure everyone thinks that there's something between me and Bill right now. I'm sure of it. But I mean, I do have, I have some supportive friends that have been really great. I know that they're there for me.
Well, that's always a good thing to have. Good to have support. So with all this that's going on, if you were having a bad day and stuff, and say you everything was going wrong between your ex and Bill, who would make you feel the most comfortable going to?
Well, I mean, at this point, I'd probably say Bill, because my ex and I had sort of agreed that we would still try to be friends because she's still very important to me, and I care a lot about her. But we haven't really talked much, so yeah.
So how do you see the future? If nothing was going wrong, if everything was perfect the way you want it to be, how would that look?
It would just look like a brighter day. It would look like I just don't want to hurt anyone anymore. Though I guess that's kind of unavoidable. But I guess the future would look like it would look happy and easy, and it would look like I would have a really great support system of the people that matter to me. That's what I would want to have, in whatever shape or form that support system takes, whether it's a significant other or just a group of friends. And then probably want to be graduated from grad school with a job that makes maybe $20,000 a year.
Well, you said happy. What would make you happy right now? What would take you from a 5, maybe a 4, to like a 6, maybe a 7?
I think eliminating some stress would help with that. And I don't know if that's just my reaction to stress, coping mechanism, or actually maybe quitting something that I'm involved in. That might be a good idea. Yeah, or I think being upfront with people and their issues would also probably help too.
So, you seem like you got a lot going on, and got a lot to think about, and maybe some stuff that you need a break from. So, good thing it's spring semester. School's got to be almost over by now.
Yes.
So, some things that I'm hearing are that you want to be happier and not hurt so many people, which sometimes that's gonna happen naturally, but the less people you can hurt in your life, the better you'll be. But I think something I would say the most important thing is for you to be happy and do what you want to do. Don't really worry about what other people think, because if they're gonna think less of you for your what makes you happy, then I don't think they're really wanted. They should accept you for you being your friend, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I want you to know you're doing good in life, you know? Life is always a struggle. It's never gonna be easy. It's never gonna be a fly in the wind.
Won't be swimming through cotton candy.
You won't be swimming through cotton candy. But I thank you for coming in today to talk to me, and if you thought this was helpful, or even if you just want to talk a little bit more, I'm always here. You can just make another appointment. I'd be glad to talk to you. Is there anything you have questions? Do you have any questions for me? Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you for coming in today.